And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat, as it always will be. so we actually have a lot of topics and I feel like there's a lot of things I feel like we could go over. And the first thing I want to start with is something that Father done sent me. And it is. Where is it? Right. Actually, he sent me a couple things, but the first thing I want to start with is the president of Ghana was coming to America to speak on the transatlantic slave, and excuse me. Um, I listened to it at least twice, and what I got from it is that he's trying to help us get reparations for what they did with the trans, because black people, we haven't got no reparations yet. So, but I might be missing something. So I come to you, Father. Is there more to it than what I'm just missing out on?
So it's not specifically about reparations, right?
Right.
So let me hold on. Let me pull something up. Yeah, where's it at? There's a post that I have explaining it perfectly. Let me get that. All right. So the United Nations General Assembly has adopted the resolution declaring the trafficking of enslaved Africans and racialized chattel enslavement as the greatest crime against humanity. Now, because this resolution has passed, and this resolution has passed with 137 countries approving of this resolution, and 3 countries specifically rejected the resolution:
Mm.
Argentina, Israel, and the United States of America were the only 3 countries that said no.
Go figure. Go fucking
Right?
figure.
3 of the whitest countries in the world. Because America is majority a white country, right?
It is.
So yeah, it does not surprise me that they voted no for this resolution. But with that being said, it does open a political case for reparations, right? So basically, as you heard in the speech, he's not just doing this for Ghana. He's doing this for Africans, period.
Mm.
Right? And this now creates a precedent that Pan-Africanism in its entirety is built off of this premise is built off of that. Like, you organize locally and you think globally. What the president of Ghana did was think globally when he made that resolution to the UN. And not only just that, but he also worked with other people. Now, let me tell you the most beautiful thing about this, right, Ray? Every single African country voted yes. Every single Caribbean country voted yes. So shout out to the Caribbean. Shout out to the motherfucking Caribbean. Those are our brothers and sisters for real, for real. Another one, a lot of the South American countries. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of the South American countries also voted yes.
Shout out to them.
Before the president of Ghana went to the US, he went to Colombia. And I don't know if you know this, Ray, but the president of Colombia is the vice president of Colombia is a black woman, a black Afro Latina.
I did not know that.
Right? Yeah, and it was just so beautiful seeing how they honored the Ghanaian president, and also seeing how the Ghanaian president also honored those brothers and sisters. Because Colombia has a black population, you know. So um, before the speech and the resolution, there was one country that was backing Ghana, and it was Brazil. The president of Brazil 100% backed the president of Ghana when it came to this resolution before he even spoke. So shout out to the Brazilians as well. The Brazilians do not play when it comes to their black culture, bro. I don't know if you peep, they do not play when it comes to black culture.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, bro, Eddie Gordo from Tekken, shout out to you. You feeling what I'm saying? Shout out to Brazil, man. Such a lovely country. Lovely black people over there. Love the people there. It was just so beautiful seeing black people stand on business. You
As it
feel what I'm
was.
saying? Now, with that being said, Ray, unfortunately, there was a very loud minority of Negroes that you've already been acquainted with that was on that bullshit.
Well, yeah, goddamn.
When the president of Ghana stopped at NYC, and he went to the African burial grounds that's near Wall Street in New York City. Because Wall Street used to be like a slave auction place thing.
Right.
And he put a wreath there, the wreath with flowers and shit.
Yeah.
He put a wreath there to, like, give honor and respect to the ancestors. Right. And he made a speech while he was doing that. And those very same Negroes got a megaphone and was just saying egregious, disrespectful shit, sabotaging this, monumental objective. You feel what I'm saying? So, to the FBA, to the foundational Black Americans specifically, this is the take that L, hold that motherfucking L, because you ain't derail shit. Y'all motherfuckers, you want to know, Ray? You want to know what's so funny, Ray? They had a reparations meeting thing in California a few years ago, and they would, bro. The funniest part about that was somebody went up in there talking about feathers, not tethers. And now you're trying to accuse the Ghanaian president or Ghana of speaking for Black Americans. But wait a minute, I thought you guys wasn't African, so how can he speak for y'all? Why would you even assume that he's speaking for y'all? You want to know why? Because your movement requires Africans. Without Africans, you don't have an FBA because you need something to oppose. Your movement is about opposition. It's not about advocating for your people. It's about opposition towards other Black people because you are so insecure and you have low self-esteem, which is contradictory to Black American culture and history, because Black Americans have always been a proud people. Of course, Ray, you know this.
Right.
So I'm saying all of this to say that they didn't derail shit. We got the victory. We got the W. And this is yours as much as this is mine, Ray. It don't matter whether I'm from the Ghana or not. This is your victory too, as a descendant of enslaved Africans. This is your victory. This is for all of us,
I'm the
you know.
first one.
And that's
My bad. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No. I was just ending there. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I'm usually the first people to say like this whole us going at it with African people from Africa. Like that's I've always thought that was stupid. It's just like why? And y'all have heard me say this a million times. We're more stronger united than we are separated. There's no reason we should be having this infighting when we can use each other to help each other out. There's so many ideas that I feel like that should have been brought to the table that a lot of people are just shown against just because they not ADOS or they FBA or they're from whatever country in Africa. And it's just like, yo, if we use some of these ideas and come together, I feel like we will make a stronger bond and a stronger unity and will help each other out. I don't know. You're going to hear me say this probably throughout the whole, depending on the topics. You're going to hear me say this throughout the whole podcast. We are stronger together than we are separate. All right, there's no and until like we get that through our heads, I'm going to keep using this bullhorn and yelling at, "Hey, stupid!" Maybe we should use their good ideas. Maybe they're helping us out. Don't fucking just because they're not FBA doesn't mean they don't want to see us. Like I know a lot of people from the continent wants to see us get our reparations, as they should. And it's just like when Ghana do something, it's just like I be like, as they should. I be applauding anything that they do because it's just like it's a win for all of us, and we should be taking it, and we should be just looking at each other like brothers and cousins, as we are, and just like helping each other, not all this stupid ass infighting. Well, I'm gonna keep that short and sweet. You got anything to say before we move on to our next topic?
Pan Africanism on top, nigga. You tried to derail us, and we prevailed. Shout out to Pan Africanism. Shout out to African people. Shout out to Black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that's gonna make me kind of mad is you're gonna have Africans seeing, that bullshit, and they think that Black Americans is on that, and it's not. You know. So this is going to further solidify that Black Americans are different from FBA. They don't speak for them. I have too much respect for Black American culture and history, man. I have too much respect. I'm gonna end it on that.
It's funny that you mentioned Pan Africa because our next topic it involves Umar, aka the Prince of Pan Africa. um, I saw this clip and he was talking to Nick Cannon, and sometimes I know this ain't the first time they've been doing this for like a couple times when they're on a podcast and they talk to each other, and this one was very interesting because he brought up Umar brought up Nick Cannon and Mariah's marriage, and I thought this was a listen, so I would like y'all to listen to this too.
I mean, you don't want her back.
Okay, so
you're still there,
and
that's why nobody else can get a piece of your heart because it belongs to Mariah.
We're in a safe space, right? We're being vulnerable,
absolutely.
Right? We just can't.
We in the man cave.
I don't want to start shit that I don't need to start. So ultimately, what I'll say, I divorced my wife.
You initiated?
Yes.
Why?
So in that, because it goes back to what I was saying before, where I was talking about the man that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is, years of therapy. The man that I am and the man that I was before I was married, I feel like I lost my identity and who I was once I became
a husband.
And the husband I became was Mr. Mariah Carey.
So are you telling me that you let the public's opinion influence how you function in your marriage?
It wasn't the public's opinion, but that was part of it because it wasn't. I could care less about
understood
what people thought.
But because of who she is, you knew going in.
Because I didn't feel like a man.
Because of what?
So many things. Initially.
Give me two things.
Financially.
But you knew going in.
Yeah. Did I go in with the right intentions?
Did you?
I had to ask myself those questions.
Did you?
I believe I went in for love, but in the sense of like what my life, because you got to think at the time, I'm a man in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enamored. Mm-hmm. I'm in awe of the greatest presence of a woman that I have ever witnessed.
Yes, sir.
And so I could have been clouded by just the idea of love. The hopeless romantic in me was like, I gotta get this right. I gotta figure this. This is a blessing from the Most High, regardless of what the scenario was. So, again, in spending time and figuring out, like, man, was I blinded by the idea?
What's the age gap? How many years?
About a decade.
Okay. Is it possible that you didn't believe you deserved her?
Absolutely. 100%.
So there was a self-esteem
That's
piece.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm going back to.
Okay.
On many levels of, this is someone that is out of my league. This is someone that is more mature than I am. This is someone who has all the things she desires in life is completely different than my desire. So then, therefore, when I'm in this scenario, I'm like, ooh, am I losing myself? So in that, and I'll take it this one step further, because then we'll go to those spaces of, once I did come out of the marriage, my behavior then became to prove all of those things that I may have feared within my marriage, is that I can provide, I can do for others in an abundant way. So therefore, possibly being the reasons why I choose multiple partners and choose to take care of multiple people and create such a vast and large family.
What is the reason?
Because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it.
But that don't mean you don't.
Now imagine having one of the baddest women on the planet and you fumbled. Before I get my thoughts, Father, do you have anything to say about what we just listened to?
I do, but I want you to go first,
You want me to go first?
please.
Nigga, you full of shit. Nigga, you full of shit. Look, I've been, don't get me wrong. With one of my exes, I've been there where sometimes even when you bag her, you felt like, damn, like, I done bagged this woman and she's just out of my league, and you know, you have so many doubts as a man, this and that. I've been there. Trust me when I say this. I've been there. That part I kind of understand, but at the same time, you was making money. It's not like you was like leeching off of her or you was mooching off of her. You made money too. Was it Mariah Carey money? No. She is set for life with All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like all the like, but during that time he got married, you was on TV. You was in movies. You was doing America's Got Talent. So it's not like you wasn't making money. So what is it that you felt inferior for? You married an icon. An icon, which is just one of the most beloved people ever. One of the most beloved singers
The
ever.
greatest biracial to ever live.
Yes. Next to Derek Jeter. But and like you like I can understand the Mr. Mariah Carey jokes, but that's because of who she is. That's her status. But at the same time, it's just like you was still Nick Cannon. You still like Wild and Out was building up. You had all these things, so no one wasn't looking at you like a bum. No one was looking at you as lesser. Yes, the jokes was there, but most of the jokes because you came off as corny and you embraced the corniness. So that kind of wore off. So it's so I don't. It's like the reason for you to even divorce her. I'm sitting here like because you didn't feel like a man, even though you was accomplishing things, you didn't feel like a man. Why did she have to? It seemed like it wasn't what your problem was had nothing to do with Mariah, and that's the biggest problem. It's like what you was feeling had anything to do with Mariah, and you bagged her. Not only that, you gave her kids. So obviously she wasn't tripping about that, and I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, she's very high. She looks very high maintenance and all that other stuff. Like I said, you was still making your millions. You was still on TV. You was still doing your thing, to where like I think even if you still was with her, like your life wouldn't have changed so much trajectory because you always put yourself in these things. Mariah is always going to make her money. shout outs to ASAP Rocky. And this is the shit I'm talking about. Sometimes I think when you get to a point where you make so much money, you don't have to worry about um finding. And this is just me going off the break, but I'm pretty sure they just look at you as your personality because even when you was talking about their divorce, it was just like it wasn't even an ugly divorce. It was just cool. And I think even then you're still cool, and I think Umar was right. His heart is still belong with Mariah. And even with you, and he bagged her. And don't get me wrong, Nick Cannon impregnated a bunch of nice looking women. But none of them hold a stature to Mariah. First of all, looks or like money or whatever. It's just like you just bagged her. But I feel like you just wanted to get your dick wet and then just have many kids or some shit like that. So that's why I feel like when I hear this and hear him explain himself, he's full of shit. Though I can understand the self-esteem thing, but at the same time, no one was really pressing you on that shit. I think most niggas, if anything, most people was jealous because you backed Mariah. I know,
Yes.
especially like Kevin Hart was like, it was a running joke, but even Kevin, but you could say Kevin Hart was like how most motherfuckers felt. We're like, damn, this nigga done back Mariah Carey. What the fuck does he see in it? And he
Like this
probably,
corny ass nigga.
huh?
Like this corny ass nigga back Mariah.
Hell yeah, like this corny ass nigga back Mariah, and like you, oh boy, I'm gonna end it here, but yeah, you full of shit, Nick Cannon. Go ahead, father.
All right, Ray. I hear you, but I'm gonna ask you to give brother Nick some grace, and I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
Number one, he was young. You feel what I'm saying? He was young,
He was young.
and being young and that successful at his age is not just hearing shit and then being able to let it go. You feel what I'm saying? Every time Mariah Carey step out, you stepping out with her, even if you're not physically with her. You feel what I'm saying? So what I think it really was for real, the weight of Mariah Carey's fame was kind of suffocating him. Imagine, Ray, just imagine in a hypothetical situation, you was with Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill is the WWE Women's Championship. But not only that, she's getting endorsements for she's going to the BET Awards. You know what I'm saying? She's going to motherfucking the Oscars and shit like that. And whole time for real, you kind of like you make videos and movies. You feel what I'm saying? You're not big, but you're respectable, right? But every time Jay Cargill steps out, like it's not just her. You feeling what I'm saying? So I feel like with Nick Cannon, the weight of her fame was just too heavy to the point where he was blinded and he started to doubt who he was and his ability to take care of shit. Cause, bro, I want you to imagine Nick Cannon probably wants to go do some man shit like fucking mow the lawn or something. And then Mariah Carey's like, oh, baby, don't worry about that. We'll just hire somebody to do it. Because she has all the fucking money in the world.
Right.
Or Nick Cannon wants to go, you know what I'm saying, split logs or something. And then Mariah Carey's like, man, you don't need to do that. That was done like hours ago. You were asleep though. Because she has the money. Imagine if Nick Cannon wanted to motherfucking just take Mariah out to a nice motherfucking date. A nice, simple date. No bullshit. Just two people that like each other going out on a date. But every time Mariah Carey step outside is a huge motherfucking paparazzi. Right? And when you actually go into the restaurant, Mariah's like, don't worry, baby, I got it. Because she has all the money in the world. So then what is your purpose? You know what I'm saying? You're kind of like just there. So I understand where he's coming from and why he feel like he had to divorce her to find himself. Now, where I think he's full of shit, like you said, is impregnating all of those women.
Yeah,
Because you didn't have to do that.
you did.
You really didn't have to do that. You could have just found a woman that, you know, met you where you was at and then just had a family with her. But I feel like you getting multiple women and sleeping around and then you saying, I just feel like I had to prove to myself that I could take care of shit. And I'm like, bro, and this was your great idea? Having a whole bunch of children?
Building a bunch of
No,
broken
don't get me
homes,
wrong.
and I know you could
Yeah,
take care of them, but you still broken homes.
yeah. You can take care of them, but just because you can take care of them doesn't mean that you're going to be there for them.
Right.
You're only one man, and these multiple baby mamas got their own lives. They in their own space. They in their own place and shit like that.
Not to mention, it's gonna be hard for them to find mates because your baby daddy's Nick Cannon.
So now you are Mariah Carey. And don't you see the irony in this?
Yep.
He left Mariah Carey
To be Mariah Carey.
only to become Mariah Carey times like 4 or 5. And when his children grow up, oh, it's gonna be a reality show, and all of them is gonna be like, bruh. It's probably gonna be some resentment because you know you got Mariah's kids, and then you got this kid, and then that kid, and then this kid, and then that kid. There might be some resentment because it's like, wow, my dad didn't really see me much, but he was always with you, type shit. Or, you know, I didn't feel like I knew my dad that much because of this person. Or, you know, maybe the baby mamas might get into it, and then one kid can't see the other kid.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of risk that's associated with it. And I'm not saying this to try to judge Nick Cannon or anything. That's you know, I fuck with Nick Cannon, you know, but yeah. And you could tell Umar was gonna psychoanalyze the fuck out of him.
Right.
Because he already hit the nail in the head and he said, you still love Mariah, nigga. It's written all over your face. That's the one that got away for real, for real. You still love that girl.
He didn't get away. He threw her away.
Yeah, yeah. You threw it away. Thank you, Ray. But he didn't throw it away because he didn't want her. He threw it away because I am a man. But yeah, that's all I got to say. It's just yeah.
Okay, and I'm not gonna lie. I gotta tell you this story. You obviously met my little sister, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, like she been through relationships where, like the men that she was with, like some of them they broke up with, even though they was doing fine. One of them she broke up with, and then he went on this whole spills is I just gotta find myself as as a man, and would you wait for me? And she, like my sister, she's a Taurus, by the way, and it pissed her
My
off.
sister is also Taurus.
We have Taurus sisters, so shout out to the homie Kayla. So like Kayla was going through this with her Spanish boyfriend at the time. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who he is. And she told me that he said,
Not the
"Would you?"
young boy.
Yeah, he gave her the same joke. Would you wait for me? I said. She told me that. I put her on the phone with my little sister, and let me tell you, like I've never heard my little sister rant/vent to at that tone. But
I think I was there for that.
no, you wasn't there for that because we was in a car together, and
Okay. Never mind, never mind.
I
There's
had
something
Kayla.
different.
Yeah, I had Kayla on speakerphone. I said, I want you to tweet my. And I literally was like, I want you to talk to my little sister. She went through the same shit. She explained to her. My sister said, "Oh hell no," and it just started. Just it was all down here from there, and but it was funny as hell, and like um, she gave us some solid advice, but it's the same thing. It's just like I want to say this, and I want to end this on this. Sometimes I understand. Sometimes we feel inferior. Sometimes we uh, feel like we're not living up to the standards that we fucking set out on the times. But if your woman or your man, because this is could be either way, is patient with you enough that like, yo, I'm gonna ride this out for you till you figure it out. The first thing you don't do is let them go when they're not the problem. And I was like, it's the same thing I had with Tia Mowry. Like, if your husband was great and he was doing this, he was an amazing father and all that other stuff, and you felt like you wasn't finding yourself, why does he have to suffer? Why does she have to suffer? And that's the stupid thing. It's like, and like this, honestly, like I said, with one of my relationships, I felt that way. But at the same time, it's just like I could. It's not fair for me to do that because I'm punishing her and she's supporting me. So wake the fuck up. Go in there and love her like you're supposed to. Because if she felt like you was slipping off, she would tell you. And the same thing is just like, but if you feel like you need to find yourself, go find yourself, but don't make that person suffer with you, especially if they're riding with you. So just sometimes you need the support. Sometimes I understand we have to go on journeys by ourselves, but if you don't need to, you don't need to. So, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Nigga, if I was in Nick Cannon's position and I was with Mariah Carey, I'm not divorcing shit.
No, you good.
Okay.
And like,
I'm not divorcing shit.
I've heard Mariah Carey talk. I'm pretty sure she would tell you about yourself, even if you didn't. But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, he saw his bank account, she saw his bank account, and I'm pretty sure he felt like shit. But I don't know, because I think maybe it's just I'm that type of person. Like, yeah, you can make twice as much money as me, but I'm still getting money. I can understand if I was dead broke. But if I'm still getting money, I'm still getting money. If I could like, because even with with one of my exes, yeah, she made twice as much as me, but I was still taking her out to dinner. I was still paying for things. I was still like when we drive and she was driving, I go fill the tank up. I still did things as a man that I was supposed to. And it's just like, because okay, she made more than me. So what? I'm still a good dude. So let me show her how a good dude, how a good dude treats you. So don't sometimes I think I know money is important, but sometimes we let that throw off our game. Don't let her making more money throw off your game, brothers. If you're a good dude, just keep being a good dude.
Yeah, I hear you. Bro, at the end of the day, always remember, I am a man.
The SpongeBob, I am a man. Okay. Now on to the next one. Continuing on. This is kind of cool because like I think this is based off the conversation we had last week, and me saying like sometimes I don't care. Well, me personally saying I never cared if I was your first option. I only care if I'm your best option. So with that being said, you as men, we should also know our values and know if we're being used to walk away. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about. And Father sent this to me, so shout out to you, Father. So we're gonna play this and then we're gonna talk about it.
We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
I ain't trying to embarrass my husband even more on the internet, but he was a simp and I seen the opportunity and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too?
I have 3 children.
And a nigga supposed to come with the bag?
They supposed to come. And that's why you have to have a bag.
Yeah.
Like you got to take care of me and my kids.
So, Like you automatically get these responsibilities.
Yes.
Stop playing.
I'm not playing.
And how many niggas doing this?
Between 2 or 3.
I'm saying, how many have you ran into in life?
Okay, so let's say I run into 100 dudes. Probably about 4 of them.
Yeah, they're about the odds. I fuck with
about-
that. Now you,
probably about
they're
4
about,
of
they're
them.
about the odds. All right.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, no. So that kind of sound like you are delusional. You just catching. It's just a sucker born every day.
Basically.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. A nigga that's so you ain't never caught no nigga that's worth something doing that though. Am I kidding?
I probably have one. See, the way this game work is you have to get with a man who ain't used to dating bad.
Father, since you said this to me, I'm coming to you first. What are your thoughts?
I just want you to know, Ray. When I finished watching this video, I prayed to God because I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you something. As a man, I know my worth. I know my worth and I know my girth.
Yep.
Okay. I refuse to put myself in a situation where I gotta take care of someone else's responsibilities simply because of my gender. I refuse. I want to be in a partnership. I don't want to be the star player of the team. You feeling what I'm saying? You remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will made the motherfucking basketball team? What was their slogan?
Give the ball to Will.
Pass it to Will.
Pass it
Every
Will.
time.
Yep.
So then, remember when Will was injured?
Yep.
Yeah. And they got fucked.
Right.
Nigga, I'm not trying to be in no relationship like that. Bro, I'm sorry, but if you showed that video to the right man, he'll turn red pill right there. That type of thing will be turning men red pill because it's too much. Niggas is not Superman. Niggas get tired. Niggas get ran down. Most importantly, niggas get fed up. You ever seen a fed up nigga before? You can't tell that nigga shit. He fed up.
Yep.
You feeling what I'm saying? A fed up nigga, life ain't life no more. All of you gonna piss him off. So with her saying that, she doesn't want a partner, she wants a star player. And the thing about star players is they're only star players for a short time. Because if something happens and they're out of commission, now what are you gonna do? And you can do the whole, well, I got my own money too, I'm independent and shit like that. It's like, so why the fuck are you still having that mentality and you're looking for a relationship? See, that's the number one thing I hate. I hate that Miss Independent motherfucking mentality, and then you looking for a relationship. Cause you gonna hurt whoever is in your best interest. And then y'all be wondering where all the good men at, nigga. Away. They're away. Don't even worry about it. You need to worry about yourself and how you gonna take care of your shit. Stop looking for a damn star player. You get off the bench. You go practice. Because at the end of the day, bro, relationships aren't just about what type of bills others can pay for you. It's about who you are when shit is fucked up. You feel me? So that's what I'm gonna say on that. She made my ass itch with that video. I'm not gonna hold
you. I don't mind being useful. I hate being used. And if anybody, I like that was also one of my quotes that I don't say a lot. I don't mind being useful, but I do hate getting used. I remember talking to this girl that and she was like, the whole thing about 50-50 and 100%, it was just like, but I told her I don't mind being a provider, and I don't mind working so my girl doesn't have to work. But something about the term leisure, like it gives me the ick. Like you sitting around as a woman doing nothing while I'm working. It's like it gives me the quote unquote ick. And the only reason is I said I can see myself having a rough day one day, and like I would love to come home to a full course. I might not even a full course meal, just some dinner, just some food, and I come home and you just sitting there doing nothing, and there's no food, and it's just like, what did you do all day? And you're like, I didn't do that. It's like, and you don't work a 12-hour shift and some shit like that. And like I understand dudes paying with that shit. It's just like I just want something to eat. And then like I get that, but so I don't want a woman like that. I don't. I really don't. I don't. Not even the fact that she's a single mom, but it's like her mentality of how she's going in there. I'm looking for a sucker. I'm looking for a sucker to pay all my bills and take care of all my kids, and I don't have to do shit. What the fuck you mean you ain't got to do shit? It's like you're doing something. It's like, and not even like again. Like I don't mind being a provider. I feel like as a man you're supposed to provide, but I'm not providing to that. And again, this is what I tell people like when I say like know who you are to step away from something when you feel like someone is using you, because if they're using you, they don't give a fuck about you or how you feel about the shit. They just want from you and just leech off of you and then go to the next person or monkey branch. Fuck that. That's it. And a lot of those women, and a lot of people like that, because I know men do it too, but a lot of people like that, you really need to stay away from it. And it's funny you said this is what people term red pill. This is mostly what red pill niggas be talking about, and we have videos for it. And I always consider myself red pill ish. I don't like the people in the red pill. I don't like Fresh and Fit. I don't like Donovan Sharp. Kevin Samuels was cool, but there was things that I disagreed with fully. But Kevin Samuels was never considered himself red pill on part of the manosphere either. But the Fresh and Fit niggas corny. I always said it was corny. But the idea of red pill was like that's what I base things off of. Knowing how to maneuver through shit, and then like even getting yourself, like you said, upping yourself. But the whole thing about bashing women during it, I never agreed with that. I feel like you can improve yourself without having to bash women or talk about how women are hoes and all that and shit. It's like nigga, improve yourself. You don't even have to worry about, and that's the whole thing about. I feel like the origin of red pill. Improve yourself so you ain't got to worry about dealing with these hoes that is going to use you or some shit like that. People, but again, these are the videos that the red pill people they'll put in your faces. It's like these are the women that we talk about. If you are not this, don't worry about it. If you don't do this to your husband, we're not talking to you. But if you do this, these are the people you need to stay away from. Or recreational use only. But even I say no because you can get them pregnant. So, but again, I don't mind being useful, but I don't like being used. I don't care if I'm your first option, just as long as I'm your best option. But if I feel like you're not treating me like I'm the best option, I am gonna go. I know my worth, just like father knows his worth, just like most men know their worth. If you know your worth and you feel like they're not treating you treating you like such, bounce, to leave. I hope that man. She's not with him. I guess I don't think they with each other, but I'm glad that brother left. If he's not with her no more, I hope you left. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
City boys, city boys.
City boys, city boys. Okay. Um, the next one is like a do you care, but because after the Epstein files was released, a lot of other countries was basically putting out how they done found cures for like different types of cancers. Do you care about that?
Only reason why I'm gonna say no is that it's still developing. So I want a little bit more development before I talk about it.
I'm with you on that, but I'm gonna say this: Chris Rock was right. These people don't care about curing you. The money is not in the cure. The money is in the medicine, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. We can move the fucking. But the fact that there have been discoveries after they said this for the Epstein file, it shows you that Big Pharma doesn't want to fucking cure you. They just want to put you on their drugs. The next, hold on, make sure that you. Okay, I don't know why I keep clicking on and off, but I think that's a force of habit. But this next one is about black ICE agents, and I'm gonna play this video, and then we're gonna get your thoughts on it.
People online are shocked to see that there are black ICE agents. Why? Black cops exist, black prison guards exist, and black soldiers exist. But America has always figured out how to use oppressed people to police other oppressed people. And the real reason is much simpler than ideology or patriotism. Right now, we're in a moment of massive job loss and rising costs. And when people can't afford to live, the government doesn't have to force you to do anything. All they need to do is offer you a job. Because I guess blood money is better than no money. Of course, as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts below. And if you haven't already, like, share, and follow.
Father, I come to you. What are your thoughts?
The popular thing for me to do is just sit there and call him a sellout. But see, the system. Give me 1 second. So the system creates a mode of dependency, especially for black folks. Like, this is no different. You remember back in the 70s and 80s when black people were starting to move up to the middle class?
Yep.
They was getting those good jobs and shit like that, and they was moving to the middle class. They were called sellouts. You feeling what I'm saying?
Right.
Motherfuckers was getting good government jobs. Motherfuckers was, getting pensions and shit like that. And now all of a sudden, they sellouts. And I feel like that's kind of like the same situation with this ICE agents thing, because it's like ICE already doesn't have a good reputation, and you as a black person, you kind of like being in the role of like the motherfucking slave catcher, you're gonna get looked at a whole type of ways. But you could really just be doing that to feed your family, right? Mm-hmm. But then again, people could also be like, so then why don't you just pick any other job? Why does it have to be an ICE agent? And to be honest with you, Ray, I kind of agree. Why does it have to be an ICE agent when you know what they're being weaponized to do? You do realize ICE agents aren't sitting there motherfucking arresting the worst of the worst. They're arresting motherfucking people shopping for family dinner at a local motherfucking supermarket. 2 innocent people died. Not only just 2 innocent people, 2 innocent white people died. Yes, the race makes a difference. For all you people that be like, I don't see color, I don't know what the fuck you're going to do at a traffic light. But shout out to Trevor Noah. I got that joke from him. It tongue ties me because you know better. It's like one of those things, nigga, you know better. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, you know better. Yeah, you're feeding your family. Yeah, they're paying you and shit like that. But then what happens when it's somebody that looks like one of your fucking cousins? and the nigga from Nigeria. And you got to deport him. And the only reason why you got to deport him is because he's Nigerian. Never committed no crimes or nothing like that. Maybe he is an illegal immigrant, but he's working and he's supporting a family. You don't think that's enough to at least give him some type of chance or give him some type of opportunity to, give him a process to become legal? You feeling what I'm saying? But instead, you want to be an ICE agent to the detriment of so many people that's going to look at you and associate you with the enemy. So all I'm going to say is you can work whatever job you want. Nigga, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could be Trump's motherfucking hair comber if you want to. But nigga, you're going to have to handle the smoke that comes with that fire. That's what I'm going to say on that.
Okay, one of my biggest pet peeves, because I'm also going to say this. I don't want to feel like I'm towing the line because I'm for my people and I'm gonna always be for my people. But with that being said, I am a firm believer of if you're going to tell me to quit a job, you better accommodate me in one way or another. I hate the fact, and like I've been having this argument with many people when they say, "Oh, you could just quit your jobs." I said, "And do what? Struggle? You is you going to give me another job behind this that's going to pay as much or even more? Yeah, I will definitely quit that job, and I will definitely quit that job if you give me something to accommodate to." Now, most of these people that do this, they're by themselves. They don't have no families. So most of the people that say this, they don't have no family. Oh, you can quit. They can find. I said they're already replacing people with AI. So like jobs are getting much more harder to come by. Even white collar jobs, they're getting harder to come by. So um, if you're not in a trade school right now, you better count your fucking days. Um, but another thing is, it's just like a lot of people. We tell people to quit their fucking jobs, but we don't have nothing to transfer them so they don't have to lose money or they don't have to lose motion. Hell, even if they don't make as much money as they did before, you still got a job that you can go to. And a lot of us, we tell people to quit this, but we have nowhere to take them. We have nowhere to give them. And then when we ask them, well, where am I going to work? You're going to be like, oh. And that's what I hate. This is one of the arguments when I get into people because I get it. But at the same time, I understand our history because our history shows that we did everything. So it's one of those things where, well, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? What y'all do? As black people, especially black Americans, we've done everything. It either don't work for us or it purposely works for other races. Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate. That is a perfect example. There's a lot of things where it's just like when we do something, we have a movement, we get hosed and dog sick on this and all that other stuff. When everybody else has a movement or something they want to get done, the shit gets done for some reason. But black people, we still getting crumbs, and then the other races, the non-whites, another other races, the non-whites, look at us like, why ain't y'all got your shit? And it was just like, excuse me. Do you know that the reason you even got your shit is because the shit we fucking bled for? And this is the shit I'm talking about. Now, again, like one, especially on this one, is because I always said we need to have our own shit. So when shit like this happen, we can go, "Hey, brother, I see you not liking your job. Why don't you come to my job?" I said, whatever they paying you, I will match your offer. And this is the shit I want people to understand. I want us to get to that position to where niggas can go, you don't have to work there, brother. You don't have to work there, black man. You can work in my establishment. I will match whatever they fucking give you. That's why I like seeing black businesses. That's why I like seeing black entrepreneurship. This is why I like seeing shit like this. So we don't have to do with shit. I tell everybody, I don't want to see black people as ICE agents, especially if you're just doing your job. Most of these people probably don't even care about politics. They just want to do a job so they could just support their kids. Could they go anywhere? Yeah, but not a lot of places, especially in this time of day. Not a lot of places are hiring. A lot of things are getting taken by AI, and that probably job is probably the only place they can go without having to work double or triple, two or three jobs. They can work this one job and support a family over. I don't like it as much as anybody else don't like it, but we also not in a position to tell niggas that, hey, you ain't gotta work there. Come work for us. Now, again, because history shows anytime black people, and this is what I mean, like we done everything, and like shit either happens to us, we either don't get it, or other races, non-blacks, non-whites, it fucking happens to them. We've had businesses, as you see, they tear it down, they burn it down. We've had communities, they burn it down. We've had hell, we've had our own banks, we've had our own cities, we have our own towns where it was flourishing. The whites get jealous and burn it down to a point where we don't have nothing, and they make us go. And this, and this is another thing. When anytime they do that, they're making sure that how do I prevent from them to doing this again? Because they're going to be like, hey, let's again like buying all the houses, so you going to have to like rent or lease the houses from the banks and all that other stuff. Because what the unfortunately America is run by like what two fucking families or like six fucking Rockefellers or some shit like that, and six main people or some shit like that. Instead of having your own shit, and then everything gets bought to a point where it's just like we may not even own our own shit no more. It's just like get to a point where I just want us to get to a point where we can accommodate ourselves without telling people just quit your job and then just quit the struggle, because I don't want our people struggling. You have anything to say, Father?
Honestly, you don't said it all. I ain't got nothing to say after that.
I'm sorry, Father. This is it's a big pet peeve of mine. It really is. I have so many arguments. It's just, oh, you don't have to work there. I said they are counting on that. You don't. It's like they are counting on that. And then I used to tell people, okay, let's say you get 100 people to quit, and you don't have nothing to accommodate them to. Half of them will come back. 25 of them, they'll be with, they'll go back to that job the next day. The other 25, they'll rock with you until they're gonna be like, okay, come back to us and we'll double your pay. Them 25 are going. So you probably got 25 people that will rock with you, and then if they're still struggling and you ain't have nothing built, you're gonna have a lot of infighting, and then you're gonna have a lot of people going to be like, I don't trust this nigga. This nigga has led us to nowhere. So I feel like I do the job better than them. So unless y'all have something, and this is the main thing. If y'all want niggas to do this, please have something to come to, like already established, not just oh it's an idea. Have it already built. That way niggas can just move in and just like, okay, I don't have to work this job.
Vincent and Jeff Hardy.
Mm,
Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
nope.
Whew. This is a great episode. I think this is a great episode. Harlem Heat always. um, final thoughts. It's on you, Fada.
Bruh. I'm not gonna hold you, and I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm low key not looking forward to the World Cup this year
Why?
because it's in the U.S.
Yeah. Shit. It's in L.A.
Like,
It's in L.A. too, right?
not like all over the U.S., all over Canada, all over parts of Canada, parts of Mexico.
Oh shit. Damn.
Bruh, like, because like we're not really a soccer country. You know what I'm saying? Like we have soccer,
Hmm.
but we're not like a soccer country.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, bro. But I'm gonna still watch it. But I'm not feeling it right now. Um. Also, shout out to Senegal because I don't know if you noticed. Well, so Senegal won the African Cup of Nations trophy. It was controversial, but they won it, and their trophy got revoked to go to Morocco instead of Senegal because they fucking went to the courts. But Senegal did some G ass shit. So one of the star players, was ordered to return his trophy. You want to know what this brother did?
What?
He gave it to the military and said, "Come take it."
Oh, that's some G shit.
You want to know what's also some G shit? All of Africa is backing him.
Yeah, that's some G shit.
All of Africa's backing him. Ghana's backing him. South Africa's backing him. Like Ivory Coast is backing. Like, bro, we're all backing him. We're not supporting Morocco in any way because if you have to go to the motherfucking court to get a trophy, you're not the winner for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit your ass down and take your L. And I think that's my final thoughts. When you take an L, just sit down and fucking take your L. Don't be like Ziggy and look around. Don't be like fucking fan and yell at niggas. Just take your L. Like when you bought it came that wooden L and he took it. Just take your L. That's my final thoughts.
Okay, on my other channel, and as soon as this is over, I'm going to upload because a video about uh women in the strip club are mad that men are not throwing money in there. Now, I'm not going to give you everything, but I'm just going to give this one thing because as someone that's gone to a strip club, and I've thrown money in the strip club, and I've seen dancers in the strip club. Gentlemen like high classy joints, and I've been to ratchet joints. I'm gonna tell you this as women, and some of y'all are not gonna like this. Some of you sex workers are not gonna like this. A lot of y'all not that good. A lot of y'all are terrible at your fucking jobs. Just because you look good does not mean that I am entitled to throw my fucking money at you. Because that's what most of the women complaining at is I'm doing all these dances and niggas not throwing them. Maybe because you are trash.
You suck.
You suck. Now the thing about the strip club, and I say this, I understand strip clubs are not everybody's thing. But I also say I feel like everybody should go to a strip club at least one time in their life, just for the experience. You'll learn a lot of things in there. The one thing you will learn, and sometimes strippers they get humble about this, you're not the baddest bitch. And even if you was, niggas still probably wouldn't choose you. They'd probably choose one they vibe with more. And I've seen that at the fucking strip club. I've seen some of the baddest girls get turned down just because they have a bad attitude and niggas and they feel like niggas should just throw their money. Uh-uh. That's not how it goes. Carlos Mencia used to have this joke that strip clubs is the only place where a man feels like a bad bitch because you have the option to look at the prettiest girl and she can ask you for a dance and you can look into her eyes and so no, no, thank you, move on. So if you as someone that goes to strip clubs, some of y'all are terrible at your fucking job. I have gotten some of the worst lap dances from the prettiest of women. And also, and not only that you gave me terrible lap dances, a lot of them try to finesse a nigga. And let's say it's $10 a song, right? The strip club I went to, $10 a song, right? So they play two songs. Them bitches will hit you with that'll be $30. Bitch, I count two songs. You are not about to do
On $10 each is not 30.
exactly. And a lot of them feel like they can get away with it. And the one thing I tell people all the time, I'm not approved. I will throw money. But if you pull that shit, I'm not fucking with you ever again. I've had lap dances, and I tell people all the time, if it's $10 a lap dance, because I've heard some places they cost 20 a lap dance. And I'm saying if it costs 20 a lap dance, I'm not giving my money out either. Anyway, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if 10, you're gonna get more out of me if it's $10 a lap dance. And I tell people why. If it's two, let's say you're giving me a whack ass lap dance, the first song. The second one, I will give you a chance to redeem yourself. But if it's not, you got yourself $20. But if you come at me and say $20 a dance and I get a dance and you are terrible, and I've done this before, I will stop you in the middle of your dance and tell you, get up off me, go somewhere else. I will give you money because I paid for the dance. But I will also tell you, please get up off me. I have done that before. I'm it's like I'm a nice dude, but I'm also very, very bitch, you not good. Dog, I've been in strip clubs where a bitch was giving me a lap dance and she was on her phone. Get up off me. as soon as I see you on your soon as I see you on your phone, get up off me. I've been in a lap dance girl and she was fine as hell. And all she did was move her hips side to side. And it wasn't even sensual or sexy. It fucking hurt. And I was like and I was like, I had to stop her again. I stopped her. I said, I'm good, thank you. Please get up off me. It's just you want me to pay $20 for that. You want me to, and a lot of women was just like, oh, because you see me naked. I said, bitch. I was like, I don't care. I don't care if you are bad at your job, you're not going to get money. But there's always a bitch in there that you're probably not as good as you, but she gonna get all the money because she got the good vibes, she got the good energy, she knows how to make the customers happy. And I want to say that, and I want to say this: just like women, men are not entitled to your bodies. You're not entitled to our money and how I spend it. And that's where I'm going to leave it at that. I would like to thank Father, as always, Harlem Heat, we in the building, for coming on today. And I would also like to thank y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast, and we are signing off. Peace.